All right, good evening. I would like to call to order the meeting of September 12th, 2023 at 6:30. Call the meeting to order and let's rise to say the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Your phone.
All right. Everybody have a chance to look over the agenda? Any additions, any questions?
One
We would like to add?
quick add is just a discussion item and event setup for music in the park. So I've got last year's kind of aerial shot of where things were. We just want to make sure, just discuss getting things in the proper order.
Pen. Pen went dead. Okay. In music in the park, we don't have anything on the agenda for that this evening other than the setup. I would like to add the liquor sales or beer sales or whatever we're calling them. Also, the lack of. So with those two additions to the agenda, I would be looking for a motion.
I make that motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, on to the approval of last month's minutes. I'd gone over, I had seen no corrections, that I could find everything. It's a pretty simple, basic meeting.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, I'll be looking for a motion.
I make that motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Carries. All right, on to discussion items.
So I'd like to introduce Amy Dimmler and Tracy from Watertown Mayor Community Education, and I've asked them to be present tonight as we talk through our pickleball discussions and having here at the gym. I thought now is a good opportunity for Park Board and the Community Ed to get together and talk face to face rather than have me run as middleman and play telephone and all that stuff. So thank you guys for coming.
Perfect.
Yes, thank you.
Do you want me to present what I have or just,
We could go right into discussion. It's a nice informal group, which is
Okay.
nice to have.
sounds good. So we currently offer pickleball court rentals. Through Community Ed, we have very limited gym space. Over in Watertown, we use our community learning center, and we have 2 gym spaces that we rent. Out sessions for, we usually, we sell session cards. So 4 to 6 players, we don't do head counts, occasionally there's 8 or 10. 4 is an ideal number to play pickleball with. And we sell session, like a 10 session card for $150, works about $3 a person. But really what it helps us identify is those court times, so we can reserve it. And Nick had talked about possibly having it here, and we would be more than happy to add Mayor as another location to set up your reservations or court rentals at. So that's why we're here, to answer any questions or talk about logistics or whatever. Yeah.
So the card thing, somebody needs to be present for them to use the card?
What we really do is, there's no physical actual card. We just.
Okay, just call it a card? Okay.
And so we'll have, I have one group that has been playing, oh my gosh, I bet we're going on 3 or 4, pre-COVID even. So they are, a group of them, they play pickleball. And they're very competitive too, which I learned. So they usually buy 10 at a time, and they book out dates with us. And then when they've booked out their 10, then she'll come in and purchase a new, or calls over the phone,
Right.
purchase a new session.
So everything's done online, basically?
Yes.
Okay.
This particular person, she does hand deliver me a check. Everybody else does it
Okay,
Online.
online.
Okay. So is there like a sign-in sheet then there or no?
We track it. We have
Yeah.
a database I track. And we put it on our calendar.
Okay,
And now, last year, we had quite a few issues of like cancellation due to weather. So then we would just mark it weather and then reschedule it different dates.
yeah, I can understand that with the winter we had last year.
We did a lot of rescheduling. Of
Right,
our
I can
activities.
understand that.
so then in Watertown, you have it at the elementary and at the primary or,
Yes, Primaries, we work in our public community learning
Yep.
center. That's the only gym space that we have available right now.
okay,
The other ones are all booked with youth basketball, youth baseball, volleyball, soccer sometimes, the Red Devils. I mean, it's booked up.
okay. So then basically the person will be able to go online. You'll have an opportunity to either book it at Watertown or at the Mayor Community Center.
Yep.
And if you can't do it here, you can do it here type of thing or vice versa. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we always call it, they can pay online, it's been a in-person conversation.
Yep.
So that we get the dates, book them down, cancel them as needed. Occasionally if conflicts come up, so we'll have to let somebody know, hey, you're booked for Tuesday the 12th. Unfortunately, we have a conflict, so we're gonna rebook you, what's a better time?
Okay,
Okay.
So, yeah.
Right.
That's how we run it.
And Amy stopped by, we talked with Janelle about scheduling and booking, and as long as they're making sure communications are up, just, it should work out, so we're getting it on our calendar and blocked off. As far as dates go, it tends to be evenings.
Yep.
We'd be looking at non-council nights for Mondays, and then Wednesdays tend to be open, but I know here, there were some days where Watertown Mayor's sports and I think some community ed stuff were using it on Wednesdays. So I don't know if you guys have sorted that out with the athletics.
Not yet, but we can talk to Janelle about open dates. We would always book, if we had a date, we'd contact Janelle and say, here's what we have for this date and confirm to make
Okay.
sure that it works.
Right.
Okay.
Would Saturday mornings or Sunday ever be an option?
oh, yeah, I would think so, wouldn't it?
As long as it doesn't conflict with,
Only if we don't have it booked already.
And again, all of our times, they're individual bookings. So it's, we look at our calendar, we're like, oh, this date's open, this date isn't open. We can absolutely do that with Janelle, but we right now have a group that wants Saturday mornings from 6 to 8:30. Or 6:30 to 8, or, some.
Right,
Yep.
from
Yeah.
that time and,
right.
yeah, as long as there's not a wedding or reception that somebody doesn't have to
Yeah,
clean up or
conflict
something,
whatever
that'd
be.
be fine.
Yeah, so when we were going to be talking about open gym, and one concept we talked about was pop-up open gym.
Mhm.
We'll come up with a better name, but
Yeah.
that's when the community center isn't rented on the weekend and we
Sure.
don't expect it to be. We could have open gym and just blast it out. Hey, this weekend, gym will be open for use. So we can arrange that. How far out in advance are you looking at booking it out on those weekends, roughly?
You probably are well aware, pickleball is it.
Oh, yeah,
So,
everywhere.
yeah,
At least a couple weeks. I mean, we're.
if not maybe 30 days.
Yeah, we,
So weekends would, and if that's the case, 30 days, that works so long as the city has a caveat to cancel.
absolutely.
If we get somebody who books it for an event.
And that's kind of what you were saying in the beginning there,
We always have that caveat.
shuffling is,
Everything, even our youth sports, they're booking our gyms out. Well, they're booking out till March right now, right? We know things are gonna come up, so we're constantly, maybe not constantly, it's the right word. Frequently, hey, we've got this gym, we now have a varsity basketball game, or the elementary school got an event, we're gonna need to reschedule your time. Common practice for us.
And you don't have tennis courts here in Mare?
no, we don't.
If basketball
Yet.
courts. As somebody recently asked if in Discovery Park, we could put pickleball lines on there.
Yeah.
That's future. We've talked about.
We've talked about it
Yeah.
for sure. So, yeah, so yet. I'm assuming that money goes towards equipment. that you guys provide?
It basically covers facilities administration.
Oh,
So, yeah, so we talked that you'd be buying the pickleball
Yep.
equipment, so.
So we might have use for it if people want to use it during open gym or
right,
what have you.
right, okay.
We pick it a pickleball day for open gym, and since that's what's going to eat up the space, and you guys had talked about you'd be willing to come in and stripe it.
We do have the official pickleball tape. The orange, right?
Okay.
And we've got some guides for, that we purchased for actually the appropriate measurements that we use to when taping, so, yeah, we can definitely get that taped and we even
That's
looking at
awesome.
space potentially to put 2 courts in. Gyms are here, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So side by side, going this way,
Yep.
so.
Okay.
yeah.
Nice.
Awesome,
2 courts side by side lengthwise.
right?
Now, if I'm playing pickleball, I'll be using both courts, you know? But,
I'm right there with you. I've never played, so,
Yeah, I
Get
think
ready.
the Mondays.
Get ready, right?
Mondays would be basically the every other Mondays
okay,
would likely be good to go and open. And if you could talk to Watertown Mayor Athletics,
I know what that
and if they can
means.
keep Wednesday free for you guys, then Wednesdays could be real reliable as well.
I think once this gets out, I honestly think we're gonna book, I think we'll book as much time as is available. I really do, because once the word gets out, oh, there's pickleball, everybody's gonna run.
Right,
Mhm.
So,
I agree. I mean, crying aloud, they got televised tournaments now. I mean, right? It's like, what in the world? So, yeah, I mean, it's the craze,
and
so,
then maybe at some point, what we could do too is we could have maybe somebody can come out here and teach a class or something.
Yeah.
At some point too. So
October, yeah.
then we can do the results.
Do you do, I never even asked this, do you do pickleball year round? Or is it
We did
seasonal?
not do it in the summer this year because Watertown now has an outdoor pickleball, and with our facility, we have so much summer programming in our building and all day childcare.
Yeah.
We just couldn't facilitate
Right.
that. And staffing, you
So-
have a much better setup because people can come in without staff. We need the staff in our building.
And our availability is in the summertime, the gym isn't used nearly as much
Sure.
during the week.
Sure.
Because the athletics programs aren't using it in the wintertime, so availability goes up in the summertime during the week.
I think that because, yeah, we did have some of our frequent participants who wanted summer and we just couldn't offer it because of the conflict within our one. And then across the district in summer, they do a lot of the cleaning, the waxing of the gym floors, so limited use.
Yep.
So,
And there's any thoughts in the future of having, say, a touch screen, say in the facility so you could book your next pickleball or not?
We don't have that kind of capability.
Okay.
One of the things that why we're doing it, where you have to call in and book the times. is
Yeah.
It keeps it easier. We just don't have any sort of electronic
Okay.
booking. So we don't have people overbooking or booking,
Yep. Okay.
At the same time. So,
okay,
So it's either call or email. There's no link on
No.
where they can.
basically you can pay for it online.
Yeah.
But, yeah, to book it, you do need to contact us to reserve a time, and that will, especially here as well, it sounds like, well, Monday and some Wednesdays, some Mondays and some Wednesdays might work. We'll be working with Janelle, looking at the calendar and adding, probably makes sense to add Monday and Wednesday's events to our calendar, so we even know ahead of time, like, we don't have to bother her, like, oh, we already know on the 13th of September, the gym is busy, so we can't offer it. So-
Yep.
And we do have, the mayor gym there's a link on what we call our schools, our facility calendar. So we can just start putting that on there, but then we'll communicate with Janelle.
Janelle,
Okay.
So,
I think it's great. You
Yeah,
know, this
great
thing
up-
sits empty. There's no point in having a gym and having it empty.
No.
I mean, just,
It's exciting for us because you always feel so bad when you're telling people, sorry, we can't accommodate.
Right.
We
Yeah.
can't make this work. So it gives us an opportunity to provide
Yeah.
another opportunity.
absolutely. Who knows where it ends up going?
And our public works staff, especially with Scott being on board now, expanding capacity, yeah, we could run up here if there's a weekend event
Mhm.
and we've got usage during the week, say, yeah, we'll come up on a Friday and run the
Yep.
floor scrubber, clean it up, make sure it's prepped for the
Yeah,
event on the weekend.
the
So-
on-call guy, I mean,
is there
Young
any
call guy,
thoughts
any
of
one of us.
tournaments or something like that, pickleball tournaments? I mean, down the road?
We absolutely could. I know it's
I mean-
open to like open gym or
Yeah.
open pickleball, like Oconee Safari Island does it.
Yeah,
I've heard some mixed reviews on it. Some groups come in and they want to play with their group because they're all at the same level of play.
okay,
And you know, when it's open, you might have someone like me that comes in that's a beginner shooting the ball all over the gym and
Yeah.
they're serious players.
Yep.
You know, tournaments, one of ours, she's a retired para, last year, huge pickleball player. She's also our instructor who offers intro classes. Is involved in many different pickleball groups and I can talk to her
That's
if they
something.
have a tournament type play, that this could even be an option for a facility. for
Yeah.
them.
I mean, I'm just thinking for down the road. It doesn't
Yeah,
have to be
future,
happening right
nothing, yeah.
now, but just
Just
to
planning with
plant
it,
this,
so,
plant
yeah.
the seed and see if it goes
That's
anywhere.
Friends of Patty, for sure.
I mean, it brings more people into town, both towns, you know, it's
Yeah.
just,
they are building one of the nation's largest pickleball arenas
Life Time Fitness.
in Chanhassen there. Yep.
What? I didn't
Oh,
hear
really?
about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's one of the
They
nation's
own a
largest.
Life Time Pickleball location.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yep. It's gonna be huge. Yeah, the footprint that they're digging is quite impressive. So, yeah, cool.
Sweet.
Yeah, any other questions for the ladies? I'm
Any other?
I'm all on board and I'm,
No, I think this is great. We will connect with Janelle and just start identifying open Mondays and Wednesdays, and we'll just get the ball rolling and potentially some weekends, like I said, if you have a group that's looking for weekend play, where this might be a fantastic option.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like we'll use the code system that will grant a group, and we, with all groups, when we rent out facilities, we outline the expectations. You take out the equipment, you put it back the way you found it, if you know,
Yeah.
if you're granted a code that is for you, not for every person, you know.
well, we're not dealing with kids either. I mean, we might, maybe teens, but typically they're with a parent or something anyway, playing. So I don't see a lot of,
We did have a couple issues where they, parents came into play and they let their kids run throughout the building. So that's where we've started kind of defining that, because we're like, this isn't safe. They can't even see their kids and they're shooting all over the building. So
Right.
Mm-hmm.
smaller building here, which is nice. There's not as much room to run, but we
Mhm.
definitely don't want individuals taking advantage of your facility.
exactly,
Yeah.
yep.
So when we would do this, both these, would you provide us with a code that they, like, say it's 6 o'clock on a Saturday morning, they would have a code to access the building, is that how it works?
Yes,
Okay. How would that piece work?
Janelle programs that.
Okay.
Yep.
And she'll just let us know that this is the code for
I think we-
Saturday's group?
Yeah, we'd want to work on, it might be a bit onerous to have each individual person have a specific code.
I wouldn't advise that.
So we might have a specific pickleball code,
Sure.
because we have security cameras in here, so we can, if there's
Yeah.
ever an incident, we can see.
Like
So-
one code for one group. I don't, if there's, sorry, but how many people is on a pickleball team?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, but if there's 8 people that are coming to play pickleball, I don't think all 8 people need the code. I think the
No, we
one
would,
person that,
whoever reserves it is
Yes.
who we get the code.
would give the, yeah.
So in contrast, when we think about open gym, just for use here, we are talking about just having an open gym code,
Okay,
that it's kind of, the worst kept secret type of
Sure.
thing.
sure,
But because we have security cameras and we can program when that code is active,
gotcha.
and you can probably change it weekly.
yeah, we can change it whenever we want.
Yeah, it's, Janelle's got a simple system that it locks it in and out.
And lockbox at the state of-
Yep, you can program it for
Yeah.
that sort of stuff. So when we have open gym, the door code for that will be active during those dates and times, and then it'll be inactive when it's not. So if you miss it by a minute, sorry, you're not in.
So they'll book with. they'll book with Janine.
Janelle.
And then I'll,
Yep.
I mean, I'll
Yep.
call her and she'll get the tickets. And then- So I'm the facilities manager and Amy's the boss. I don't, this is why she. We work together.
Yeah,
I follow her lead, no. But most of that will work, so I'll probably be working with Janelle and communicating with Janelle.
Yep.
Maybe, Janine will sometimes be doing that too, but probably more of it will go from me, she just tells me and I book them, so.
Awesome.
yeah, and we can give updates, hey, this weekend booked up, and
Sure.
try to keep up to speed on that, just
Yeah.
make sure we're communicating on a regular basis on what the schedule looks like, who's
Good.
booked it up, and
Yeah. If she ever wants to shoot us a calendar, we can just put it, upload it onto ours, so we know.
Mhm.
That would probably be the most efficient way if we were to get.
Every Monday or
Maybe a calendar once a month or 6 weeks or whatever.
Right.
However she does do scheduling.
Yep.
So then that way,
well, whether or not you did Mondays, because then you know, hopefully by then, if that weekend's getting booked, so that way a weekend you can use a weekend up type of thing. So just every Monday, she just does a check and sends an email saying, yep, we're okay. You can do the weekend or not, or whatever. Something like that. I don't know.
And as we book them, we'll put them on our calendar and shoot her
Yep.
the dates and times and
Awesome.
fantastic.
I might have to figure out how to play pickleball.
Yeah. A little park.
Ryan and I.
Yeah.
I'll buy you a headband.
Yeah, headband with the sweatbands on. All right.
I don't figure it out soon, you're gonna need to. I just-
Yeah, right?
anything else, you guys?
Nope,
on
I'm
pickleball?
good.
I'm
good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think we
you
got
for
the-
Appreciate you
Thank
coming
you.
over. That,
Yeah.
that was very enlightening. So,
Nice
yeah.
Have a great night.
Hey,
Thank
thank
you
you.
as well.
Good night.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right. On to other business.
So Music in the Park setup, this is the flyer Melissa put together.
Yeah, I saw that. Looks nice.
I gotta get there's another one that we're gonna use for yard signs. I gotta get those going here. Plant those in the yard. So this was from the 2022 Music in the Park. The music was here, food, drinks over here. Lobert.
Music actually ended up in the-
Music was in the concession stand. along
Because it
with
was
food and
sunny out.
drinks.
Did we put them in the shade there in the concession
Yep.
stands?
Okay,
Yeah, so right down, I mean, we just pulled the tables off of that and
we do this. Close that and
yeah, everything was below the hill.
Yeah, everything was down,
Ro-
down
yeah.
the hill, yep.
with,
Because then hopefully this next year, you'll be able to have everything kind of on top of the hill here.
Yep.
all right, this is a little less, but. All right, just so I can easily edit. So where do we want things to be? So I can make-
Music was where the food and drink is too,
So this was music,
Yep,
and the food and drinks, yeah.
music, food and drinks.
Then right there was the cookie.
he's putting,
Oh.
that'll move over.
Music, food and drink. All right, next one.
Where you have music now is where the pony rides were.
Okay, why did that?
Oh, it's got beer and seltzer on there.
That's not gonna quite be.
We don't have the insurance. We just found out.
Okay, so
Or the,
Beer and seltzer.
oh no,
Yeah, so we can't do it.
you get-
The ball team can't do it.
why?
'Cause we don't have the insurance.
Oh, you did last year or?
Yeah, we had an extra one last year and with the new changes with the law, the
Okay.
insurance, we were short.
okay.
So
And just beer?
we can't do anything.
Oh, we can't.
No
do
alcohol.
anything.
We don't have any insurance for,
Oh.
no. All of our allotted
Spots?
services have been
Yeah.
used.
Oh,
Oh,
because you had an extra one, that's why you could use that, okay.
Okay,
Yeah, because we had one of the playoff games. So
we'll have to talk to the Lions to see if they can't do pop and water.
right. They did pop and water and stuff last year.
Okay, I'll just verify.
Now, I don't know. I was curious as to if one of the bars would be interested in doing it.
That'd be pretty, this is pretty last minute.
I know.
Dr. Hensel, he might.
There's like 2.5 cases sold last year.
That's what I think too. It's like a music in the park event. How big are the beer sales really?
Right. Like I say, I think it
Okay.
was 2.5 cases last year,
I'm not
which
gonna worry.
is like,
I'm not gonna worry too much about it.
I
Well,
mean, I'm
well-
gonna swing in and I mean, maybe if I can get help or somebody would want to send somebody up here to set up a table.
nah, let's just drop it.
Okay,
Let's just drop it.
okay.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
It will be.
We'll
Okay.
We'll just let people smoke weed in the park.
Yeah. Hey, why not?
The ordinance isn't in place
Yeah,
yet.
exactly. So, yeah, so the pony rides were where you have the music
Music.
box.
Okay, those are gonna be the ponies. Where is it? There.
And bounce houses went on,
The east and west side of
East-
the food and drink.
yep, east and west side of the food and drink. So one was there
Yeah.
and the other one was there.
All right. Spell. Bounce house, bounce house.
And now, where you have your note there for the food and beverage box, right on the other side of the trail is where the
Cookie
cookie
van or
vendor was.
vendor was.
Perfect.
Okay. Right. Food, pony rides, cookie store, bounce houses, music. Okay, it's all there. Yeah, I like the setup. I originally looked at this. I'm like, boy, that's awfully spread out.
Yeah, we did talk about that at first, and it kind of came together last minute at the bottom of the hill. It all
Yeah.
fit and worked out really well.
It's made
Everything was right in the same area. Parents could still listen to the music, and their kids could be on the bounce house and keep an
So
eye
do we
on
need
it.
to get a trailer for the band to ride or sit on, or they're just on the ground?
It was two guys,
Okay.
and one had a small little drum set, and the other guy just strummed his guitar, and they stood right in the corner up front, underneath the roof of the pavilion.
Yeah.
And
They were in the shade then and it worked out nice. for
yeah,
'em.
they
And then we had a
did
little
their
breeze, so it was a
deal,
beautiful
and they were
day.
good.
Sure.
It was entertaining, and yeah, the guys had brought some picnic tables down, and they had set them up across the other side of the trail, kind of looking at it, and all the way around the pavilion, they were kind of looking
Yeah, so
towards the pavilion.
bring down what he can.
Sure. We'll have pick the table set up. Okay, good. All right, that's what I needed on that.
Awesome.
Then you had, oh, that was beer sales.
That was
Yeah.
beer
That
sales,
was beer sales.
and yeah, and like we're all sorry, but the insurance lady finally got back to us.
It happens.
Right.
Just to
Oh.
try to put in an allotment for next year type of thing.
Mhm.
It's not like we're going through 15 kegs and everybody's.
Right, and that's the thing. Like I
You're
said,
out
it was
thousands
very
of
minimal
profit.
last year, and I mean, I'm hoping that we can, make it larger and get, so I think that's definitely something that
Mhm.
we need to bring back. But
Oh, yeah,
for this
sure.
year, just
No one's,
So one of the thing to add to future events that I saw, we were at the Ashery Lane Apple Orchard, they had their Apple Fest.
okay.
We went to that, and they had brought in a mobile axe throwing
oh, yeah,
thing.
yeah.
I
Way cool.
I got a
What's the
picture-
liability on that?
I got a picture of,
Yeah.
I'm sure we just make them sign the waiver, it's all.
Right,
Yep.
right.
But I got a picture of the company and
Sweet.
it's 2 cages. They have somebody, have an attendant. They instruct them what to do. It looked very safe but but I think if we do some more events, that might,
That'd be fun.
Yeah, for sure. Next year, that would be good.
Yeah, that'd
Get
be
that.
fun.
people just got to go up and do some axe throwing.
Awesome. Nice.
All right. So open gym, last thing on that, yeah, so with them occupying Mondays, Wednesdays, potentially during the school year, evenings are all booked out. So I'm thinking open gym can then operate 10:30 because the card players are in there till 10. We're gonna want about a half hour buffer for them to get out and allow to get in. So 10:30 until 5:30. We could do it because usually they get in there for sports around 6, so maybe 5 o'clock.
So daily? Is that what you're saying? Or
Daily, except for, so blow this up a bit more. Tuesdays and Thursdays are occupied. Tuesdays and Thursdays. Firearm safety is in April, so we can work around that. It'll be fine. The only one during the day is the homeschool group during the school year, and that's Thursdays 2 to 4 p.m. But that's
okay.
not too hard to work around. But otherwise,
No.
during the day, it doesn't get used much.
Well, yeah, that'd be perfect.
Right.
Use it up.
Yeah.
So we could have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday up till 1:30 on that, and we just don't have after the homeschool group from 4 to 6. Just don't worry about slotting in that little time, and then we can do pop-ups on Friday through Sunday as
Yep, as needed.
out.
Yep.
In conjunction with the pickleball people, of course, or the pickleball group, as they need to book it. But if they're only booking it at a certain time in the morning, open gym, we could say, well, this is when pickleball is going to be on the weekends. Don't
Yep.
fluctuate too much on us, because then the rest of the time can be open for open gym.
Open gym. Right.
That way I could leave one net up and take the other one down and
Yep.
move it around or whatever.
Yeah.
I think for pickleball, if we want to get, well, so we'll have the equipment and we'll eventually get into it, but I would say, well, let's designate certain days that we want to be pickleball, because it's going to eat up the entirety of that
Yep.
space. So we have to say, this is pickleball time.
Yep.
We can cross that bridge when we get there. I'd say we get open gym up and going first. We can see when people are coming in, just kind of
Yep.
parochially looking as we
Mhm.
experience it, and make changes as we see fit.
Needed, yep.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Let's use it.
All right.
Perfect. Any other discussion, or did anybody else have anything that
At this
you're
time.
looking to bring on? All right. Well, then I'll be looking for a motion to adjourn.
I make that motion.
Second.
All in favor? Thank you, gentlemen.
Get you some dinner.
Yeah. Get right off to whatever his meeting. The client.